mistake that you see most women making that you wish they didn't?
Go.
Bursting. Just go for it. I love it.
You know what? We keep second guessing ourselves. Girls, we have to stop. Sometimes you have an opportunity and somebody says, why don't you apply for this? And you say, oh, but I don't know if I'm ready. Or you're in a meeting and somebody, you know, there's a discussion being had and you have a point of view and you think, oh, but maybe I'm wrong. And then some guy jumps in and says it and you're thinking, drat, I should have said it. Stop it, girls. Let's stop second guessing ourselves.
Yeah.
Just speak up. Step into the authority that you've been given. Step into the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm so passionate about it. Okay.
Yeah. That was passion.
You need some water, darling.
And I think
So true.
and we've had this conversation with you three because you've been my like precious advisors. That salary, honey, negotiate.
Yes.
That's
And
another
know
one.
your worth.
Worth.
And talking of worth, best advice I've ever received: when respect is not being served at the table, get up and leave.
Like I just choop.
Bye.
Don't be afraid to get up and leave.
Get up and leave. Those toxic spaces they're occupying, walk away.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Personal, professional, nah, not worth it. I've spoken to a lot of colleagues who are just like, yeah, but you know, my work will speak for itself.
Right. A lot of people think
Whoa,
that.
whoa, hang on a minute. I mean, for me, working in the multilateral industry, there's thousands of us doing pretty much similar things, right? Yeah. And so for me, I've been very deliberate about using my social media spaces to talk about the work that I do.
Yeah.
And that wording, my work will speak for itself, has been the downfall of many. We really ought to also showcase and say, you know what? In this conversation, I've been a part of this.
Right.
And this has been my contribution. And for goodness sake, we have qualifications. I have a whole PhD in wetland ecology. I want to talk about my expertise.
Absolutely.
And not hide it under the, you know, under the table.
Yeah. And you know what? It's really about personal branding.
Absolutely.
You know, what you're talking about, and I think this is really powerful, is people underestimate that it's not enough that you work with an organization that people recognize, which can give you equity, but also as an individual. You are an individual with those qualifications. You are a brand. And part of using your social media platforms, you know, strategically, is so that you position yourself as a brand. How do you think people ask for those big bucks and get them?
Yeah.
It's not by flukes or because somebody liked your face. It's because you're a brand and you've showcased everything you know and what you bring to the table. I'm going to start with a quote, ladies, if I may. To share your weakness is to make yourself vulnerable. To make yourself vulnerable is to show your strength. You know, increasingly in organizations, they are starting to embrace vulnerability and know it or not, beyond the hard skills, beyond the technical skills, a lot of the leaders who are successful today are the leaders who have the courage to let themselves be vulnerable.
Absolutely.
So vulnerability isn't a bad thing.
I think Black women just honestly feel like we have to be so stoic, so, you know, I can do this all the time. I can do it all, you know, 12-hour days, I've got it. Lipstick on fleek, I got that too.
Baby on
you
back,
know,
I got
exactly.
that.
We can, you know, just allow ourselves to show signs of weakness, even outside, you know, the workplace, and just say, no, actually, I'm not okay. You know,
that's okay.
And
it's okay to not be
just
okay.
fine to just be vulnerable, to just admit that no, I don't have it. This thing of I got it. No.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's okay not to be okay. Find those safe spaces. I think we have a responsibility as women. And I think when we find ourselves at the table on our own or leading the charge on something, by default, by accident, by design, I think we have a responsibility. I think we have a responsibility to recognize that yes, I am alone here, but that means that there is a purpose.
Yeah.
There is a reason why I have found myself in this place.
Yes.
What am I going to do to make it make a difference?
Right.
What am I going to do to change things
Yeah.
about how it's happening?
You should know that you have come to this space. It's a rare opportunity. You've done this 10 times. You should know that there's a time at which somebody else should be brought to the table.
Absolutely.
And you should pave the way for someone else.
I couldn't agree
You
more.
know?
I couldn't agree more.
Absolutely.
As I've journeyed in my life, you know, the work spaces I've entered, and also being from two matriarchal histories. My mother's Bosa, my late mother, and then my father's Bemba, and they're both matriarchal systems. I've seen how women have been very independently created wealth. So I was very purposeful, and especially when I, you know, got my children, I ain't gonna wait for no man to buy me the land, to get me investment or anything of that. So I've been very purposeful about doing that, because a lot of times we're twiddling our fingers,
You know?
that someone will be the one to create this comfort, though, you know, that wealth and the space, and nah. I've not been waiting, honey.
Good. That's so
Good.
fascinating.
Good.
That's
Yeah.
so great. I'm finding that really
indeed.
powerful, because it's not a narrative that people talk about explicitly.
Yeah.
You know, so people, I think women were still sort of twiddling our thumbs. I think
Yeah.
that's still the overwhelming narrative. I hope this doesn't seem so old-fashioned, isn't it?
No, but it's true.
Isn't it? I mean,
It
it
is
is like
true.
for you, right?
Yeah,
You
and
still-
especially as women,
Yeah.
we are born, I think society puts this idea in our heads where people should do things for us.
Yes.
And so you go through life waiting for the other to do something, the other one to do something for us.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Everyone out there, this is all we have time for. Don't forget to
Subscribe.
Thank you so much.
care.
Bye.